Oh crap! Your Hessian doesn't know about the museum, does he?
Yeah, he does. He's been there.
Okay. All right. Good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever in the world. Tonight's another edition of Hong Kong House of Cards, open social edition, where people are going to be meeting at the museum for fun stuff and gathering of things and shenanigans, because shenanigans happen. And I swear to God, I'll pistol whip the next person who says the word shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
Hey, Dimitri, what's the name of that one restaurant you really like? You know, the one with all the stuff on the wall?
Anyway, we'll start with Tiger and Kim doing their intro, then we'll go to Solon doing the intro, then we'll have Mitchell intro. Actually, we'll have Solon and Benjamin intro since their characters are probably going to be coming in together, then we'll have Mitchell, and then we'll have Ian. So go ahead and intro.
So, I feel like they will walk in at the same time.
Sure, why not?
Jason,
What's up?
have you decided to grow up a little bit?
No, but the world seems to be forcing me to.
She'll just pat you on the shoulder and then walk into the elevator.
Jason will follow, I guess. It'll be just kind of an awkward, little quiet moment.
Are you still having that blue child drive you around?
I mean, he's a spirit, but yes. Anywho.
Okay, go ahead. Dimitri Nosko.
Oh, she gets to go first this time.
Okay, Asuka has parked the Humvee and is getting out, looking a bit more tired than usual. And
Sorry, go ahead.
And let's see, dressed in. It's getting towards fall in Hong Kong, so I'd say she's put on a jacket over the Rammstein t-shirt and is now wearing pants instead of a skirt. So, there you go.
Dimitri is probably like trying to find a way to sneakily duct tape those hair clips to her head.
They're already on pretty sturdy clips, so I don't think they're going to move unless she intentionally takes them off again.
That was the point. Like, stop taking them off.
Anytime that he comes near her with a roll of duct tape, she's going to swat his hand away.
Damn it. Anyways, Dimitri, in the meantime, has like a little sketchbook with him, and what looks like some sort of like ebook on marine biology. Study time. But presumably they'll head inside.
Yeah. She'll call the elevator, step in, lean against the wall. And when the what? What's with the fate dice?
They always scare me. Every time he does it, it scares me.
Did the elevator do anything to me this time, Brett?
This one?
Exactly. The elevator has spoken.
To the top of your mouth.
What?
Your tongue glues itself to the top of your mouth. That's what the elevators decided to do tonight.
Great. Okay, so I presume... I think Brett's still muted, by the way.
Well, in that case, Asuka will walk out of the door and head straight for the bar.
Yeah, sorry, I was muted. I'm trying to handle a couple things.
Okay.
All right, so if you guys have introed, go ahead and Mitchell intro your character. Has your character met Jason and JoJo yet, or did you only meet
I only met the technocrats and an NPC so far, I think.
Yeah.
probably Giorno?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
So go ahead and intro, because I'm sure you're gonna see the. Wait, did you guys stealth in?
No.
Okay.
We've only got one suit left.
Yeah. Then you guys probably would go in, and I'm sure Belek would see them.
Well, they also told Bellic that this place was a thing. They just didn't explain any further. So
Did Dimitri change his appearance, or was he already looking different at that point?
I don't remember.
You were
He
already-
already looked like that for Bellic.
Okay.
Yeah.
For Rat Boy, it's going to be a lot different.
Okay, fair enough.
Asuka looks the same, just more tired.
So Bellic will arrive, and if he sees the two that he's seen before go in, he'll try to flag them down, and if he can't catch them, then he'll try to go to the elevator and kind of look around, and he notices that it takes a key card. So he'll just kind of stand around and look for a moment.
If Bellic got in time, Asuka would have noticed him and let him in.
Oh, okay. Yay!
Actually, if Dimitri's there, he can just look at Balak and just shrug and go over and get him issued a card.
This will be the first one of my characters that actually has a card for the elevator.
Hikaru got one. We made sure of that.
No, he did not. Not to my knowledge, at least.
I think we did, but okay.
Okay. Anyhow. So, he'll come in and say, "Thank you very much. Still finding my way around a little.
Quite all right.
How have you been?"
Looks at Asuka.
Asuka looks over. She looks like she's been working too hard, which is amazing considering she is a bit of a workaholic. They've been busy.
Well, hopefully you will be able to take the time to rest soon.
At some
Okay,
point, hopefully. Go ahead.
Go ahead and intro Karen. Carrie. Ian, intro Carrie.
Alright, so Inwood Walker guy, he's pretty small. He's just a hair above the short flaw. So he doesn't actually have the short flaw, but he's just a hair above it. He is walking into the appropriate side entrance, but he is walking with a white with red tipped cane, like a blind person would, and his eyes are perfectly white.
All right. You'll even if you're going to the side entrance, they're still gonna check you if you have any weapons, and if the
Yes.
if the cane appears to be a weapon, they will replace it with something less weapony.
The cane does not appear to be any kind of a weapon,
Okay, it'll be allowed through.
and he does appear to be blind,
Yeah, that's true.
and he has no weapons on him.
Are there two out of character? Are there two more of him?
Yeah. He's not. He's playing his Hessian. He's not playing his
Oh, okay.
shifter. It was a three blind mice joke, and it obviously didn't pass.
Yeah, I might have got it if I was playing the rat gun.
Yeah.
I would totally be protecting his tail.
Yeah.
But yeah, he would head and stand over by the elevator and wait for somebody to
Alright.
help him out to the up to the.
I think there's people already over by the elevators there, waiting for it to come down.
I thought we'd already gotten to the top, but okay.
Oh,
We can have them come in at the same time. It's not a big
Okay.
deal.
all right.
Dimitri's
So-
just kind of going to look at the person who he hasn't met.
Kiri would just kind of whistle Dixie. Well, not quite whistle Dixie, but just whistling.
House.
Kind of looks around like, who said that?
I did.
Would look in the general direction of the person. What is the changeling? What is the Hessian? What house does the Hessian move?
Hessian are technically part of the hosts, so they're not part of the Changeling House.
Okay. Part of the host.
Huh. Shrugs. Got a card?
Not yet. Kind of hard to use one.
Oh, it's so easy. You just dip it out, push it in, and pull it back out again when you're done.
Stop being German.
No.
He'll just shake his head and just, like, pulls out his goggles for a second and just checks real fast. Just like, okay, screw it, I'm gonna look. Crime site, D science, checking to make sure this guy is something other than human.
All right, so you're checking his to see if he's got any type of quintessence stored. Are you currently holding any chi?
I have.
I can check your sheet if you want me to.
I have both my yin and yang and yuzhin.
Well, yin chi, yang chi, and then sushi. So, sushi, not sushi, you know. But
Sushi.
But sushi's
Hey,
good.
hey! You didn't ask me what was in my hands.
Totally got sushi in his hands.
let's see. Your total. Well, we'll go off of Yugen since it's a combination of your yin and yang. Yeah, he's holding a good amount of chi.
Alright,
Yeah, I have
he
nine
goes over and
yuzhin.
gets him a card. So, yeah, you'll get him a card and just hand it to him. Into his hand, if need be.
Dimitri is holding the card in front of the blind man. The blind man has no idea.
Dimitri then enchants the card to follow him around. No, I'm just kidding.
Any questions about any questions about the character? I hope you're not raising your hands.
Oh. When Dimitri
no,
enchants the card to follow him around, it sprouts tiny little pink legs and then follows him around.
Anyways, so elevator door opens. Everyone can shuffle inside.
little cramped. in there.
But yeah, after a moment, he will eventually find the card you're holding out for him and put it away.
He misses the grab and accidentally grabs Dimitri's card. In quote marks.
Somehow, he ends up with Dimitri's wallet.
Wait, I don't have one of those.
You do now.
I'm broke, damn it.
That's what makes the trick so great. You don't even have a wallet, and somehow now he has it.
Amazing. Anyways, so, presumably we get upstairs.
Yep, you get upstairs, you see Jason, and
Jojo.
if you guys have met JoJo, she's up there too.
The Technos have briefly.
Multiple times.
Kiri would actually, using the cane, tapping it against the floor, would actually make his way over to the bar and the small little refrigerator behind the bar and try to grab out a root beer. He apparently succeeds to grab out a root beer. He's been here before.
I need a ruling from the person who owns the character that owns this place. Is there any Boland drinks in the place yet, or has that not happened?
The what?
His brewmaster.
Yeah. Has she decided to get any of Thomas Boland's drinks in the place yet, or is she stocking from normal?
Like, if he drinks his own drink, okay. If not, whatever.
What?
No. That would actually be on his character. He's decided to.
He offered. He did offer, and he will deliver if he's asked.
Yeah. Let's see.
Answer hazy. Try again later.
Yeah, his hand stops on one can and then switches to another can, but he does successfully come out with a can of root beer.
No, he did not.
Actually, they're not cans of root beer; they're bottles.
Or bottles. Actually, he would, because there's something about him.
It's
One
actually,
second, I will.
It's actually part of your merit, if I remember correctly. Your eyes of the 8 million dreams allows you to see through the, basically the mirror world.
No, it's well, as far as I know, that's just how it's. Okay, he's not actually blind. It's an act.
Oh, okay.
A for white contacts.
No,
That's actually something he has on his sheet. But
Yeah, and the way he covers it up with the mortal world is he's blind.
but not really.
Exactly.
I may require that you start taking dots of acting on that. You know.
Yeah, I was gonna say if he makes some manipulation subterfuge, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Be like, no, honestly, I'm blind.
He's blind in the same way that Matt Murdock is blind.
On the
Damn
fourth.
it.
On the
Oop.
Yeah, the thing though is nobody's actually ever called him on it. So
Okay, what was that?
most
Rush
see the
Hour,
cane, see the
when-
white eyes, and go.
When the guy's smoking weed in the pool hall and Jackie Chan sees him, he's like, "Is that weed?" Yeah, because I'm blind. He starts going like this.
No, it's a truly immortal thing. You see white eyes, you see a cane, you just automatically go, okay, he's blind.
Most times you don't even see the white eyes, you see sunglasses.
In any case, Dimitri's going to take a seat somewhere near the group
Oh,
and start thumbing through his book.
marine biology? I was considering that path of knowledge. I decided to go a different direction.
Jason
Science takes a lot of dedication.
under his breath.
What?
He mumbles yara yara does it.
Oh, you guys froze.
What?
You guys froze briefly.
Good.
I think it was on your end, Brett.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Weird.
Regardless, it was just OC, I think.
Her part wasn't, mine was.
No, he responded to her part. Just like, yeah, science takes a lot of dedication. Cricket.
This is a lovely place.
She'll look over at Yosuke and be
No,
like,
that's not Shosuke. That's somebody else.
Yeah.
What?
Huh?
What is happening? Hold on.
Like,
Yosuke is the
hasn't
ultimate.
said his name. She was Ian's character.
Ian's character. Okay.
Oh,
What is Ian's character's name?
if you've met him, if you haven't met him, you don't know. He hasn't introduced himself. Otherwise,
Yeah.
if you've met him, it's Kiri.
Adam. Okay. Okay. Jojo looks at Adam.
It's Kiri. He said it's
Kiri.
phrase it weirdly.
Okay. Jojo looks at Kiri. Did I get that right? For the fourth time.
Yes, it is Kiri.
Who are you?
Are you speaking to me?
Yes.
And yes, again? Are you speaking to me?
Yes.
Oh, and with that, he appears to actually look in your general direction.
By the way, I gotta ask. As far as his eyes go, are his eyes completely chalk white, like no remaining irises, retina, etc., or are they just like the very common, extremely fogged over, but you can still see there's something there?
Completely white.
Okay, that's unusual, medically speaking.
Yeah, but it
Yep.
would take somebody medically to understand that.
Yeah, good thing I have medicine.
Jason already knows.
My
he was
name is
blind.
Kiri Mori.
Say what?
My name is Kiri Mori.
Jojo, what house are you in?
I'm part of the hosts.
Pinnacles. Good question. Have you paid homage to the owner of this museum?
Let me think here. Last time I was here, I don't think I've run into the owner of this establishment. I've been here once before.
But when are you talking about homage?
Members of the host, when around a dragon's nest, are required to pay homage to the owner of the dragon's nest.
Oh,
How much Hessian lore do you have?
No, like
this
This
was
was-
brought up and seen by someone with Hissy and lore.
Oh, okay.
yeah, like JoJo's first team. This was like, hey, yeah, this is a thing. Make sure everybody knows this.
Right. The
Ian has absolutely no idea what she's talking about. My character probably does. He has a couple of dots of Hessian lore.
in accordance with the mandate, if a Hessian enters a dragon's nest, which is a portal and waypoint into the mirror world, the Hessian must find the owner and give proper homage to that. They must, if there are any spirits in the building, they must also offer them their services for any tasks that the spirits may have.
Okay, you sort of went robotic there. Can you type that out to me? So because I can make the roll on the Hessian lore if you want me to, but
No, this is something that all Hessian know. It's part of the imperial mandate of heaven.
okay, can you type that out so I know it and tell me what that means for me so I can appropriately do it when he actually knowingly runs into the owner of the establishment? Because as far as he knows, he hasn't run into the owner of the establishment yet.
But the thing is, it's not when you run into them. It's whenever you enter the building, you must find them and say, "Hey, I am here. Here's my gift to you."
But that would require him knowing who the owner is, which would require him running into the owner.
Or asking who the owner is. and where they can be found.
Yeah, Ian did not know this.
That's why I'm going to type it out.
Thank you. That's why I was asking for it to be typed out, so I knew exactly. I apologize about the interruption.
That was a noise.
Brett types very quietly.
He does. He may be. Well, he's not. He may be hardware muted, but he's not like muted in the thing.
I don't know.
Brett's a stealth typer.
Ah, that's what it is. There's
Yeah, in
ranks
my
for
case,
that.
it's like,
See, my computer just automatically mutes Hangouts whenever I'm typing.
I finally told mine to quit that. Meanwhile, Billick will look around and see the bar and kind of point at it with a quizzical look on his face.
it's a bar.
I've got it typed out. It's not just a bar, it's a lounge. So places to sit, places to
Well, excuse me then. The alcohol storage device.
Their problem, Balak.
I was just wondering if I might. And he points again.
I'm going to roll manipulation subterfuge for this. He looks at you and just nods and says, if you want access to the alcohol, you're going to have to do several favors and go on a small quest.
Asuka visibly elbows the shit out of
I was
Dimitri.
gonna say, like, that'd be like diff 9 because it's such
I'm going to try rolling it though, just to see if I can have him going for a couple seconds. Just for a couple seconds. Okay.
Watch him get all 10s.
Hold on.
fucking god.
All right. Base diff of 9, would you say, Brett?
base diff of 9.
Okay. In that case, it's diff 7. I get 1 automatic success. One success.
I can roll perception if you can see through his bullshit.
Yeah. For once, the dice were not on my side.
I wonder why. So yeah, Asuka just elbows him in the fucking ribs. Should I roll for that, or
No.
You can just story it. It's just,
pointy elbow too?
yeah, quick, like, what the fuck are you doing, asshole? Elbow.
If you want a drink, go get one.
While you're in the dragon's nest, you can actually see the spirit world as well as the living world. So the only spirits that are around right now are the dove spirits. They just kind of flutter around, keeping people peaceful. So you'll have to talk to them.
Okay.
They're just tweet, 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 tweet. Don't fuck up. Tweet, tweet, tweet.
He'd be like, "Have I ever?"
I
He's
think
only
they-
been there. He's been there once before, and he hasn't. It didn't back then either. So technically, the statement is correct.
Yeah.
And how does he pay proper homage?
Creating a gift for somebody, or you can't really pay. Basically, what you got to do to the spirits is beg them to be there.
Okay, but I'm not talking about that for the moment. I'm talking about what's the standard homage to the owner.
A gift. Something small, a trinket. Maybe a offer.
Sorry, you went robotic again.
Usually it's a trinket. Something small and nice, more of a way to placate the person.
Think housewarming gift.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, then he will go back towards the elevator.
The elevator will open, and you'll see Arthur will walk out. By the way, Arthur has changed a lot since the last time Carrie saw him. His skin is moonlight pale, his eyes and hair are silver, and he radiates with the power of the moon.
By the way, Asuka, as Arthur steps out of the elevator, Dimitri just quietly goes, shit! Like, tries to look for a place to stuff the marine biology book. And then shrugs just out it and starts reading it.
Akiri will step past Arthur, step into the elevator, turn around, and as the doors are closing, he'll go, "Hello, Arthur. Well tonight?"
Arthur will, as the doors close, Arthur will say, Curie, you've been silent for a while. And at that point, the doors will close and you'll be on your way.
Asuka is going to look towards Arthur, and she looks like she's been through hell in the mental sense.
All right. Arthur's going to walk over to her and place a joint in her hand.
Asuka just kind of looks at it, then back at Arthur.
You might need it. What happened?
I've just been dealing with old problems.
Adrian just kind of stage whispers over to Arthur. She's talking to people who aren't there.
Asuka has this look on her face like, well, he's not wrong.
By the way, does Asuka have spirit set up?
No,
Or ours expired. And
Okay.
we don't have
No.
a custom kept up anymore.
She doesn't have her gear with her tonight, so
Okay.
no.
Just making sure.
I've got mine, but
Yeah, she left her gear at the lab. That's odd for Asuka.
Arthur's like, are the spirits bothering you?
no, it's not spirits. Dimitri says.
Bellic kind of perks up at this talk of spirits and leans forward a little bit.
Arthur's going to take Asuka's hand lightly and guide her over to a chair so she can sit down, and he's going to sit down next to her, setting down his packs. Tell me what's wrong.
And meanwhile, Dimitri will try and distract Balak with pictures of colossal squid.
But there's vodka over there.
Drunk giant squid. Take his word for it.
Vodka first, then squid.
Do we want to cut to Pro meeting Adriana, then come back to this so he can be in social too?
Which scene are we doing?
Ian's paying homage to Adriana.
He's
for
not
pregnant.
in there anymore right at the moment.
Neither's Adriana.
But she's upstairs, which it says on the board.
That's why we were asking, do we want to cut to that so your character can get back to the main thing?
We could do that, yeah, if you want to.
It's Kiri goes out quickly to a vehicle and collects something from the back seat and heads back in to search out the owner of the establishment.
So Adriana will come out and meet you.
He will come. Sorry.
You were asking for me?
Yes, Kiri is, while he's tapping along with the stick, is carrying what appears to be a nice centerpiece of flowers for a table or a desk. Yes, it is customary to pay homage to the owner of an establishment such as this. I have brought you, and he kind of feels the top of the flowers. I think I got the right one. Yes, I did get the right one. Flowers.
Oh, thank you. They're so pretty.
And he actually is facing the wrong way when he goes to hand it to you. He's facing a wall. He is like attempting to hand it to the wall.
Blinking!
No. What has to happen is Etrican reaches out and politely hands it back to her.
Your character's nickname in my head is now Blinkin.
He's still holding it out for her.
Okay, she'll just kind of step around and take photos. These are beautiful, thank you.
I hope I got the right one.
Do you have your access card already?
I'm sorry, I didn't get that.
She asked if you had your access card already.
Yes. Although he reaches into his pocket and he pulls out 4 different cards. This
Excuse me.
is going to be interesting. And he puts all the cards away. None of them were the access card.
None of them were cards he had previously, either.
Two of them were actually playing cards. Ironically enough, both of them were jokers.
Oh, well,
Of course. I'll just leave you my card.
I'll go ahead and let you back upstairs. And then you can go back to the social. Sure.
Oh my god, this Hissian character is absolutely peanut gallery magnet.
Hey, Brett.
I know.
Brett actually has this look on his face like he's attempting not to laugh, but he's attempting to make it look like he's not attempting to not to laugh.
Oh, sorry, I'm talking to somebody. Anyway. So, exchange of gift done, you're heading back upstairs?
Yep.
Alright.
With assistance, apparently.
Alright. So, Arthur is sitting with Asuka.
Jason's gonna walk over and just sit next to Arthur.
Arthur's gonna look over at Jason. How's it going, Dad?
Fuck you.
What?
Just kind of a smirk on his face at that.
I don't know, Godfather, you tell me.
Kiss the ring.
He'll like grab your hand and kiss your left ring finger.
Dimitri's gonna look and just be like, wait, did you actually join the organized crime while I was away, Arthur?
No, it's a joke. Apparently, I'm going to be the godfather of Jason's son. Or daughter. I can't tell.
You're
I was
having
gonna
a
say-
kid? He looks at Jason. You're having a kid?
Yeah.
Don't be stupid. He's not having the child.
Dimitri looks disappointed.
Yeah, sorry, the seahorse genes you implanted in me didn't work.
Well, maybe in the offspring. He's joking.
Yeah.
Doug takes another shot because he's gonna need it.
Arthur's gonna look over at the tube, and that's apparently draining the vodka. Do I want to know?
I'm attempting to make friends in a new and strange city.
Arthur will stand up and walk over. Well, let me be the first, or one of many that you've probably already made friends with. He'll extend his hand. Arthur Wainwright, Bani Verbena, Adept of Life, Adept of Spirit, Speaker of the House of Pentacles, which is what the mages call themselves in the city, and apparently Chosen of Luna.
Interesting. Beliktiva.
Jason.
Then he'll slide the bottle over.
He'll shake his head. I don't drink anymore, but I appreciate the gesture.
I don't have a lot of fancy titles. But yours are very lovely, and I'm very proud of you for having them.
He'll just smile. I hate the titles, to be honest, but I'm required to use them.
Ah.
Jason just has like a giant grin on his face when fancy titles are mentioned.
He'll then motion for Jason. Hey, Jason, this guy loves titles. Why don't you give them to him?
Okay. He'll like stand up, walk over, like give a small, over-exaggerated bow. And hang on, I have so many titles for Jason, I actually have to like look them up because I can't memorize them. And then in one breath, Jason Morley, Benny Flambeau, Order of Hermes, Hangman of the Tarot Court, Thrower of Lightning at the Fire, Stormer of Capala's Domain, Unicorn Wizard, Navigator of the Sea Coyotes, Incessor, Marauder Stabs, Adept of Forces. How you doing?
You forgot Shitter of Bulls.
Oh yeah, that one too.
That was quite a mouthful.
He's a hermetic. Hermetics love titles. He also forgot. Did you remember to say you're also the Unicorn Wizard?
Yes.
No, I heard that one.
Okay. Yeah, he
Although I
managed
see
to.
no-
You'll like this. He actually managed to convince Unicorn to make him his token wizard.
That's very interesting. I'm sure that's a story I'd love to hear sometime.
Yeah, it's alright.
I just moved here not long ago.
I just got back
And-
from a long trip.
Oh, welcome back.
Oops. So you just moved here not long ago? What house do you belong to?
What I live in a tent.
He belongs to the Pentacles. Giorno says he's one of his people.
Oh, you're a member of the Dream Speaker tradition. I actually have friends that are Dream Speakers, and one really, really, really close friend, and he'll get this kind of smile on his face.
Yes, dream speakers. That's sounds something.
The Dream Speaker traditions are those who are probably the most adept and most easily able to maneuver the spirit world.
Oh, yes. Well, that would explain a lot. Yes.
I actually learned my spirit magic training from a Dream Speaker, and apparently I'm quite adept at it as well.
Wonderful.
I see what you did there.
He sees
Quite
what-
adept.
He's
Spirit magic.
When actually able to get up, Kiri would actually just head back to where he was sitting before and return to his root beer.
it was lovely of everyone to come and check on me, and he'll look around the room. During my experience not long ago.
Oh, so you're brand new then.
Oh,
We got to
They,
witness it.
it was
How-
interesting to have an audience.
It was more interesting to be the audience. I didn't think a human body could be dissected into that many parts.
What?
Arthur just looks lost at that.
What
There's.
really happened?
I'm not sure I want to know.
I underwent what I am to understand from my other teachers is a traditional shamanic initiation, which is to say that my body was taken into the world of the spirits, and I was plucked apart one gory piece at a time, alive, and then put back together.
By birds.
It was very painful.
Arthur's gonna look up at the ceiling.
Not those birds.
No, but okay. As Arthur looks up at the ceiling, he notices that the dove spirits are congregating closer to Belloc than anybody else. He's he starts speaking in a language that only one other person in this room should be able to speak. Who has Enochian?
It's Jason.
And then the dove spirits pooed on Bellic.
To mark him as one of their own.
He'll basically be asking them, is he part of your part of you guys? They'll say back, well, he's been chosen. Well then, okay. He'll then look back down and say, the birds have spoken. You're part of their little flock.
Oh, wonderful.
Pardon? I'm sorry, forgive me. I'm not very focused in spirit. I'm more of the mind. What? What? No. Is it a bird flock? But
Well, the spirits are all around us.
It's true. Especially here.
Yeah. I wonder who could be responsible for that.
Oh,
Arthur just kind of looks at Jason with a grin on his face.
So these houses that you mentioned,
What?
there were houses mentioned earlier.
Oh, yes. The Tarot Accord was built to be a governing body of the supernaturals in the city for the purpose of defeating the technocracy. Each supernatural form is broken up into the houses. Those who shift their form belong to the House of Swords. Those who wield the tapestry of creation to their own will is part of the House of Pentacles. Those who are undead, blood-sucking people are part of the House of Staves. And those who are the tricksters and the fairy folk belong to the House of Cups. The Eastern bloodsuckers and the Eastern Fae, and he'll motion to Kiri, like Kiri over there. How's your Mandarin doing, by the way?
One second, let me see here. Did I take Mandarin? Yes, I did. My Mandarin's perfectly fine. It's
No,
my-
he's actually asking. The leader of the Hessian in the city is known as the Mandarin. So he's asking how your Mandarin is.
how you die.
as
the
in
leader.
as in Kiri.
The leader of Kiri's leader, basically.
Oh, As far as I know, he's fine.
That's good. I have to drop by and see him at his temple sometime. Oh, look back. Belong to the group known as the hosts. They do not involve themselves in the politics of our groups, I should say, but they are
Dimitri
here
smirks
to
at that.
here to lend their aid and to watch over the safety of the city.
You said you lived in a tent. You know you can live in your.
All right, let's give Jess a chance to bring in Michaela now.
It's probably safe that she probably just showed up on her own if you guys are at the museum.
Yep.
So yeah, she'll walk in, just kind of glance around. Did I miss something?
Arthur will just smile. Not at all, Michaela. Please come on in.
She'll walk in, just kind of look around. She'll probably look over at Mitchell's character and be like, "Is that who I remember it being?"
That's nice to see you again.
It's better to see you when you're not being pecked apart by birds.
Sorry about that. I kind of had no control over it. I'd try not to do it again.
She's actually probably gonna smile warmly and be like, "I totally understand." It's not really something that you can control. Anywho, and then walk over to the bar.
Brett, could you roll me 7 dice, please?
Sure.
What we got here?
If it's standard diff, it's 2 successes.
It's actually an elevated diff of 7,
Sorry.
but that's
Still
still 2 successes.
Yeah.
And each time I ask for it, it's going to be another elevated diff.
Okay.
I'm not going to ask for it very often.
No worries.
Asuka looks like she's still holding it together reasonably well.
Would you like me to make you a drink?
Who was that directed at?
It was directed towards Oscar.
Asuka doesn't respond as if she didn't hear her. She's currently staring at the table.
Michaela's gonna move over to her and just kind of like lightly tap her on the arm. Seriously, what did I miss?
Asuka blinks a few times. Nothing here.
You know what JoJo's gonna do? She's gonna get one of those really nice Scotch glasses. What's German and non-character liquor? She's gonna get one of those Scotch glasses about this big and fill it 3/4 full of vodka and just hand it to Asuka. You look like you need this.
Oh, that reminds me. Does anybody know Liam O'Connor and why he's texting me like he's an idiot?
What?
I don't know, but he's texting me, but he's not texting me in a language that I can understand. I kind of had to adjust my thinking a bit.
What's the language?
Latin.
Dimitri knows that better than I do.
You know, there's always a friendly neighborhood vampire that could help you.
Yeah. But you're playing JoJo, you're not playing Adriana.
There's also
Dimitri.
Google Translate.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Dimitri is going to do that. It'll give him a bad approximation, but it's something.
Actually, why doesn't Dimitri just use Cabal for this? Accurate translation.
I suppose that's true. He's better
It's
at
Latin. Approximate translation, and then you can fill in the rest with a mild knowledge of how sentences work.
You'll just feed it through Cabal if you let him. That's if Arthur lets him.
Arthur will write down the words on it, and hand it over to him, not really wanting Cabal to touch his phone.
He's just gonna look at you and be like, "No, Cabal's already been in your phone, probably."
We may have a discussion about that then.
Because when we first
Don't
came to this,
worry. Caval always uses protection when he's in some strange phone.
Fine.
I'm going to pretend I didn't hear any of
His
that.
thing.
Fine, let Cabal in.
Okay.
near field connection. He'll do that thing where like you tap one smartphone against another.
You guys are weird.
Welcome to being a will worker, or wizard, or mage, or whatever the hell.
Or a scientist.
Whoa.
She's gonna kind of wiggle her hands, just science.
Alright, so Cabal's gonna read through the message and then translate it appropriately. And then Arthur's gonna look at it and say, so apparently this Liam O'Connor is the new Speaker of the House of Staves, as Becker has left the city for greener pastures.
Oh, does that mean we don't have to pay her back anymore?
I don't know. It was due her business. I'm sure you know how vampires are about money. He says that, while even in the translated form, it's still like Elizabethan English.
Interesting.
Oh.
He wishes me to speak with him about forming a more closely knit speaker organization so that we can talk outside of council chambers. But he also wishes me to know that his authority as far as the vampires, the House of Staves go, is absolute.
As long as he's actually willing to use said authority and isn't going to try and protect them from any mistakes they make.
I've no clue.
So he speaks like he's from a different sense. Is he what was in that damn box?
I think actually Dimitri was told his name afterwards. Came up in conversation with I think. Trying to remember. Someone's vampire. Is that the museum? I know that. I think he knows. I'd have to go back and check scenes, but if you want to go with it, Brad, we can go with it.
Yeah, you can go with it.
Okay. He just goes, yes, that was the one. That was the older one.
Wait,
Funny.
that's right. You guys found two vampires, and one was older than the other.
At the mention of
Yes.
the word vampires, Bellic starts drinking again.
Arthur will walk over, place a hand beside Bellic, and say, they're supposed to be working on our side, so, trust them about as far as you can roll a boulder.
Make sure you drink plenty of iron supplements just in case.
What? Like, this is in character.
Iron supplements help to increase blood hemoglobin production, in case they decide to take a sip.
Michaela's gonna grab a second of whatever she was drinking and walk over to the new guy and just kind of hand him a drink and go, it doesn't really get easier, but you learn to start ignoring half the stuff they talk about.
Thank you. That is promising.
Oh,
Yeah, usually your little awakening moment is the worst of it, and everything after that is just kind of like, well,
this exists. Okay then.
all right. Seen weirder
Oscar
shit.
takes the vodka that had been poured for her earlier and just slugs it back while everyone's talking about their first awakening.
Dimitri's going to. By the way, Brett, did Liam actually get around to changing his name on the board?
Yeah.
Oh, in that case, Dimitri's just going to look over at the board and be like, huh. Yep.
Arthur's going to walk over to the board and look at it. Interesting.
Dimitri's going to copy the number down.
Adriana hasn't gotten around to printing a new sheet, so she just scribbled Baker's name out and wrote it in.
Well, he also
Wrote Liam, yeah, pretty much. Well, that's interesting. So, a ancient vampire wakes up. Becker leaves the city, and all of a sudden, this ancient vampire is in charge. Are they afraid of him or something?
I mean, judging from his speech habits, he's probably old as balls. He
Yeah.
don't tend to get bored without learning a few tricks.
I'll be right back real quick. You guys converse amongst yourself.
You guys see Jojo just creeping towards the bridge, making a sandwich. After she finishes making the sandwich, she's just well,
Where are you going?
home.
What way?
Why not?
I'm scared.
Got food. Going home.
It's not cool. Just fucking take food and leave.
Sorry about that. I had to check on something.
There's people here drinking half the bar.
At least they're staying.
Yeah, Dimitri's going to be texting for a minute. 'Cause that was a
I
big one.
mean, I'm the owner of the establishment about the homage thing.
Okay.
And she leaves. Oh, not that one.
So, sits down the glass. Who do I talk to about learning things?
Well, Giorno's the ranking member of your tradition in the city. However, I'm more than willing to help you out with anything you need to learn in regards to Mage Society. I'm the speaker for our house. So any concerns or questions you have regarding mages at all, I've been a mage since I was 13, and that's about 10 years ago. So I've lived a lot, and I've lived through a lot.
Okay.
To be fair, Jorno seems like kind of a space cadet, if you don't like a little bit. So.
Well, in that case, just sit on him until he tells you stuff.
Yeah, pretty much.
Phrasing.
Are we not doing phrasing anymore?
Phrasing never stopped being a thing.
Okay. Asuka is going to lean back in her chair and speak a string of Japanese that I am not even going to pretend to pronounce. So I will post it up in the chat.
All right. And I'll need a translation.
Naze anata wa anata ga watashi o tometo no
Yeah, that's
katsu
about as far as I'd get
watashi
to.
wa shintai no desu ka? I've been watching nothing but anime all day.
And my response to you saying that is Desu ka kawaii.
Ugh.
We
Elevator pops open. She's got a new sheet of paper in her hands.
Yeah.
Okay. Which characters can speak Japanese? I will give you a translation.
Arthur doesn't, so.
I don't.
Nope.
Not on this tune.
Tune. Okay, sure.
To be fair, yours literally is. So
He has a valid point.
He does. Okay, so Dimitri's the only one sending translation now.
Okay.
Wait, Dimitri has Japanese, but he doesn't have Chinese?
He looks
He
Japanese
just
now.
learned Japanese, and guess who from?
Okay.
Yeah. I blew XP on it this past downtime.
Okay, fair enough.
And he's supposed to look Japanese if there's,
Raised eyebrow retracted.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, Dimitri's actually going to stop mid-text and just look at her. And just look at Arthur. And just be like, so, He's like he's not sure how to bring this up. Just like, who was that person you had rip open my head?
Awkward.
Arthur's gonna look over at Jason.
Oh, you mean to sell?
Do you think? I don't know if it's their thing, but is there anyone in the city qualified to? And like nods over towards Asuka. Take a look.
It's in a book, a reading rainbow.
Well, I mean, he could probably do it. I mean, the Akashics are back, and they're pretty well known for their mind abilities.
Oh, that's an idea. Since we helped out, he looks over at JoJo. We helped out your.
Well, JoJo's left already.
She
Damn it.
was like, I'm out of here.
Later,
I missed it. I'm sorry.
Are you good?
He'll just notice that she's going to be like, well, we did help JoJo and her mentor. Perhaps what was his name?
Bao Yatingjang, the home run god.
The home run god, yes. Perhaps he'd be willing to repay a favor and take a look at her for us. It's getting to the point where I'm a little concerned.
Well, what's happening exactly? If you don't mind me, it's a private thing, but I'll notice this stuff.
Dimitri doesn't. Out of character, I'm going to say Dimitri doesn't know the full story, but presumably, if he's been working with Asuka for as long as they're supposed to have been working together, he knows that
if he was briefed about her at all, he would know some parts of her past
I'm thinking
and
what
some
he
parts
would know.
that she doesn't talk about.
I'm willing to bet with his specialties, and given he was nominally put in charge of the operation,
Then he would
he's
know that he would know the relevant part of her past. Yes.
Yeah, and mostly that she's unstable.
Jason will mostly be looking at Asuka whenever he asks that because it's her business.
She's not paying attention to anybody right now.
That's why Dimitri's having this conversation.
Gotcha.
And Dimitri's just going to look and say, it's complicated. Let's just say we were assigned to work together because we are similar in many ways. And in some cases, I've not always been the most stable individual. My idiosyncrasies are easily controllable and don't require medication. Hers require those hair clips, near as I can tell. I'm not sure what function they serve, but it's not good when she voluntarily takes them off, and she's been doing that recently.
Anything mechanical in them, or
Was that out of character, in character?
in character?
What do you say?
He said, is there like anything mechanical in them, or could it just be like a psychosomatic thing?
I'm not sure. It's beyond my personal expertise.
If you've ever looked at those hair clips with Prime Sight, yes, they do have magical qualities to them.
Okay, then presumably you can say yes, there's something to them.
Yeah, I mean, probably either to sell or the Akashic would be the best bet. I mean, I know a little bit of mind magic, but not that much.
Looks like you're having a bunch of fun.
Send me some things.
Sorry, guys, work on something real quick. So Arthur's just gonna look pensive.
He'll, yeah, what is it? Dimitri's going to kind of shrug slightly and say, well, that's basically all he has to say on that particular topic. He needs someone to take a look at her. By the way, Brad,
Mm-hmm.
Arthur may notice the book on Dimitri's lap.
Arthur sees the book, looks at you, and just says no.
Dimitri, no. Dimitri, yes. Dimitri, yes. He just looks at you and shrugs.
But Yana just walks over to the board and is switching papers on the board. Now it's typed instead of scribbled.
Yay, it looks all professional.
Bellic is going to pour just a little bit more vodka into his glass and then take the bottle back to where it belongs.
Dimitri then slides over the book. You are now drunk enough to view the size illustrations of colossal squid.
And their mating patterns, which is what he's been really studying.
Yeah, no.
What if he was going to breed them? Of course he'd look at that.
We're not breeding them. Anyways.
Well, this has been very enlightening. I'll probably take my leave. I have some clients in the morning. Thank you for pointing me in the right direction.
Arthur will nod his head, and then he'll hand him a business card. It says, it's a business card for an apothecary shop in the historic district of the old city.
Oh.
It's got his name on it as owner, proprietor, and mixologist, as well as a cell phone number. In case you need anything, let me know. Also, do you smoke?
Occasionally.
Do you smoke weed?
Occasionally.
He'll pull out a bag that has some blunts in it, pull out 3 blunts, and then hand them to him. Use only when you're physically injured or in need of spiritual cleansing.
Thank you.
It smells like the best weed on the planet.
He'll open his shirt, and there's a small glint of brass, and he'll tuck it into the inside of his shirt. Thank you.
It's on his head. Have a good evening, Belk. Oh, by the way,
Hold on.
oh,
He's been trying to say something for a while.
sorry, Kim.
She's gonna look at Bella and say, haven't had the chance to talk to you yet.
Oh.
I didn't hear you.
Pardon me. I'm sorry. What did you say?
Adriana looks at Belloc and says, "Have I had the chance to talk to you yet?"
I don't recall such. I don't believe I have seen you before.
Okay. On the position of the devil. It's my job to make sure this doesn't get out of the city. Don't let this get out of the city. Mitchell smile.
Be nice to him. He's new. Don't fucking threaten him his like third night out.
Our first words to somebody is, "Don't fuck up." That was nice.
Dimitri raises a hand.
Murder, nice.
It's
Dimitri-
part of my job.
This is why no one invites vampires in at
Dimi-
any party.
Dimitri's going to clear his throat and get Balak's attention if he can, and just say, "For the record, she's the devil. I'm the seat of judgment. It's my job to punish wrongdoers." But notice I wasn't going to say anything either.
I'm the hanged man. My job is really boring. I just can put things to a stop if they're moving too quick.
Please, please, please stop threatening the new member of my house. And we'll lightly pat Belloc on the shoulder. Go ahead, get where you're going. Have a fun night. And I've got some recreational weed if you're ever in the mood for it.
Thanks. I'll probably hit you up about some of my clients too. If you supply other herbs as well.
Oh, that's what the apothecary is for. I grow all my own herbs, grind them down myself, and make medicines and tinctures.
Interesting. He'll like take out a little notepad and scribble on it, and tear out the sheet of paper and hand it to Arthur. Come see me sometime. We might have business we can work together.
He'll nod his head. It'll be a pleasure, Belloc. Have a good evening.
And yourself as well. Take care, everybody. And he'll just kind of like back into the elevator and vanish.
Later. Are you leaving, Mitch, or are you bringing in Shosura?
I'm gonna leave for a bit. I gotta get some food. I'll catch you guys later.
No problem, man. See you later.
Yeah.
Thanks. Bye.
She'll look at Dimitri. You gotta collect your reward.
What'd she say?
She's saying something about a reward.
Oh, yes. Apparently Liam Squire is on his way here.
I actually sent you a text message and messenger about it, Adriana. Kim to Adriana.
Which it hasn't shown up yet. Oh. Is this what I'm expecting?
No, Liam actually has a cell phone now.
No. It's a Squire.
No.
Well,
Is
just
this
let
a-
me know when he arrives.
What?
It'll be shortly. She'll say to Dimitri.
Yes, that's what he implied, yes. Thank you, though. So
Arthur
Dimitri's...
just kind of...
Damn it. Go ahead.
That's right. Arthur's just kind of looking at Asuka like, maybe I should go get DeSalle. I have to go make a stop anyway.
That might be best, unless we think we could also grab nuts towards Jason. Do you know how to get hold of the home run king? Home run god?
So I was kind of looking for
Didn't he post his information here?
probably. He'll look at the bulletin board where it's no longer up. I didn't grab it, dude.
I could call the temple. In fact, I think I will. I'd rather not take any chances. Dassault may have some skill, but if it's their specialty, I'd rather have a specialist. Unless you think Dassault would be offended. All right. He'll take out his phone and look up the number for the temple and call it.
Okay. It will be answered by Brother Hamara. Hello? Who's this?
This is Mr. Dragomir. I was at your temple not that long ago. Is the damn it, what was his name other than Home Run King?
Valiant Team,
Thing, yes, because I can totally pronounce that right now. I'm sorry.
Yes, let me get him for you real quick. Kind of hear the phone being put down. Not like he's not even the caller or anything. But that'll be picked up again. Mr. Dragomir?
Yes. I hate to ask you for a favor, but you remember my associate, Miss Lang?
Mm-hmm.
She's having some sort of mental disturbance, we believe. We're not sure as to the nature of it yet. We're calling in one or two people to take a look at her and see if it's something that can be dealt with or what the nature of her issue is. It may be psychological in nature. So we were hoping perhaps, since your people have a reputation for dealing with such things, you might be able to give some input.
I wouldn't mind taking you.
We're currently at the museum lounge. I don't believe you've been here before?
Okay. Not sure.
Oh, no, he asked me because he put the bullet up.
Yeah.
I'm stupid, yeah.
Arthur's
You didn't
going
say
to, at this point, wave to everybody and head out.
Because someone has to play DeSalle.
Have a good evening, Arthur.
And he'll give him the information, and we want to assume that he'll just come over.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right. At this point, you'll get a beep from the security desk. Adriana will.
Okay, so run down there.
You'll see a guy in a ghillie suit wearing what looks like an Irish tartan over his shoulder. That tartan is baldricking a longsword. And he looks highly confused. You recognize him. He's one of the keeper's guards from the Elysium. He's holding a sack in his hand.
Would you like to deliver it yourself, or would you like me to deliver it?
I'm sure that Sir O'Connor, my liege lord, would be more than happy to have you deliver his bounty unto the one that he is owed. However, I should probably be the one to do it, as this is part of my testing to prove my worthiness as a squire.
That poor bastard.
do you want to know what it was? It was like, you're my squire now. Okay, my prince.
Should we like? You You'll have to leave any weapons you have up here. Or down here.
I maintain the sacred court of our liege lord. I do not believe you have to worry about me spilling secrets, Miss Ramirez.
It's like he's reading off a script.
Poor man.
Dimitri's going to go down.
Phrasing.
He's going to go down on the elevator, and that's even worse phrasing.
Yeah.
Like,
Some of us know why that's worse phrasing.
and she says, like, try not to laugh.
Dimitri's going to wander out and just look.
You see a guy in, like, Scottish
Well,
clothes.
Irish. There's Irish tartans as well as Scottish tartans. He's wearing an actual ghillie suit, like, Spec Ops style.
But with a sword.
Yeah, with a Irish tartan baldricking a longsword over his shoulder.
Dimitri, what do I roll to not laugh?
It'd be manipulation subterfuge.
Oh, thank God. Thank
I would have
God.
thought it was just straight willpower.
Okay, well,
I could make it straight willpower.
I'm gonna say I think I scored so many successes that Dimitri is just gonna be like, "This is completely normal. What are you talking about? I'm going to be completely normal with this." He'll just walk
laugh his
over.
ass off later.
Oh God, yes.
She'll happen to look and see that you're here. Oh, Dimitri, you have a delivery.
Oh yes. You must be the squire.
Yes, I am the squire to our most noble liege lord, Sir Liam O'Connor of Kells. I am here to deliver his most requested bounty in payment for your swift and timely rescue of his being. And he'll hand over the sack, and it'll clink, and it's very heavy.
God damn it, strength too.
May
Good thought.
your service to the kingdom be a long and fruitful one, and may you know nothing but success in your endeavors. But should you choose to betray my liege lord, your head will be severed from your shoulders. Have a pleasant day, at which point he'll turn and he'll walk out really quickly.
Dimitri's going to just open. He's not even going to open the bag. He's going to go back to the elevator.
Fiona's just kind of like trying not to lose her shit while she's on the main floor. When they get in the elevator, it's them four.
Yeah,
Like-
even Dimitri's smirking. He's just like, I thought most of your people didn't act like that.
I don't think that was like normally how he acts.
He sounded like he was trying to read it, like he was trying to be like an Arthurian knight.
No, like the prince is very old, and
That part I knew, but damn. What the hell's in this anyways? I figured it was going to be cash.
no, it's gold.
He just looks in it.
You look it up. It's trade stamped gold crowns, trade weight for the 1100s. There's about 40 of them, and the language is incomprehensible unless you speak both German and French.
Oh, we got one person who speaks German, but not French.
She could probably make out some of it if she were in her right state of mind.
Hell, I'm just going to take a scan of it and show it to Cabal.
Cabal will send back.
What the fuck are you doing with these?
First of all, it's going to come back with carbon dating analysis confirmed 1100 AD. Language, Strasbourg. regional dialect to Strasbourg on the Rhine of Alsace-Lorraine, which is now Strasbourg, France. They are 1 tradeweight crowns of pure gold.
Estimated value, Cabal, on current market.
3 ounces per coin, 40 coins.
That's 120 ounces, right?
Yeah. 120 ounces. Current rate is 1,295 US
about
per
120.
ounce.
That's like $130,000 to $140,000.
Correct.
Nice. Dimitri's just gonna look at that and just be like, "Uh-huh." He's gonna carefully put the coin back in, and then he's gonna be like, "Wait a minute, Cabal. That's the base weight. That's the base value of the gold. Historical value."
Would not recommend trying to put these up for historical auction. Could lead to very nasty consequences.
Oh, we might have some private buyers.
Do you want me to put up some feelers?
No, not yet. Just wondering what the value would be, in your opinion. I know we didn't program you with, like, expert analysis on this, but just an estimate.
15 million.
We may want to sell a few individual coins someday.
That's total.
Yeah, I know. He's saying if that's the value of them, then yeah, he might someday want to sell individual coins. Okay, anyways, he's just going to quietly walk back in, and he's going to think for a second. Once he walks off the elevator, he's going to stop, think for a couple seconds, do some math in his head. Dimitri, Oscar, Castle, Jason. Dun, 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 dun. Thinks for a second. Reaches into the bag, pulls out 5 coins, walks over to Jason.
So,
Puts the 5 coins on his lap.
I'll look down at them, look up at Dimitri, and just raise an eyebrow.
On
You were
his
there.
lap.
You were there and you helped.
Fair enough. Thank you.
By the way, I don't recommend trying to sell those on like anything else. You might want to have them melted down or something. Unless you want to wait for me to try and find a buyer. Just put it in a hope chest. I don't know.
Something. We'll figure something out.
Save it for your kid.
Yeah.
If you require them melted down, I'm sure I could assist in some way if they are of metal.
No, that's cool. I'm pretty good at magic and fire.
Yeah, and we
cannot-
have a molecular destabilizer, so we could easily melt it down if we needed to.
I'm pretty sure I can separate it as the imperfect metals out of them a little easier than your processes.
You're welcome to think. You're wrong.
Yeah.
You're welcome to think that.
I can speak directly to the individual metal spirits and cause them to separate from them without damaging the remaining metal.
So could we, actually.
Yep.
Work a way around it. Yeah.
Anyways, enough of our petty dick waving. He goes over towards Michaela and Asuka, and he's just he opens the bag and shows Michaela.
Gold.
Solid, pure.
Ancient.
According to Cabal, the value of minus the 1/8 I just took out. If we were to sell these for the full historical value, these coins would probably be worth 13 million, something like that, maybe 12. If we just melted them down and sold them as something less noticeable, probably about 110,000.
Gold. They paid you in
Gold.
gold.
He's a 1,000-year-old vampire. What do you want?
A general knowledge of currency.
It's still gold.
I suppose. It's better than no gold, but I do expect you to wear tights when you decide to do whatever you're doing with them.
I was actually thinking of getting more of them and putting them in a money bin.
You should still wear tights.
She just wants him to wear tights.
It'd be funny.
What
Funny.
was Adriana going to say?
The speaker of the pinnacle, or speaker of the staves, has declared that the debt is equal now, and if you dare to ask for more, he would declare your head cut off, which I don't think would work out very well, which
I meant
on that, but we're working on that.
getting more coins does not mean getting more coins from him.
I
Apparently
was
he has a lot of friends who deal in gold.
in general.
That's very nice, but I had no intention of asking for more.
And he's a bit new to this thing where chopping people's head off is not okay.
I'm
So
sure.
we're working on that.
I'm sure that in my residence I'd be fairly safe. But either way, I doubt it'll ever come to something like that. He seemed fairly reasonable. In any case, hopefully DeSalle and the home run god are going to be here soon.
And the door will open, and in will walk a 18-year-old man wearing camo. He looks significantly lighter than usual because he has left all of his weapons downstairs.
All of them?
All of them.
Even the one in his pants?
If you mean the snub-nosed revolver, yes. If you mean the one that can slap you in the face and leave a mushroom-shaped imprint, no.
So he's left his most deadly weapon still on him.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He is a master of forces. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm sorry. I'm just remembering that one Adam Sandler football prison movie.
Which one?
I'd like to point out that as a master of forces, he can literally create a new energy called Dick Force.
Rein it in, damn it.
Yes.
Anyways, is Home Run God going to show up?
Yeah, he'll show up. Okay, and I guess we just anything else.
Yeah. Adriana's gonna head out and be like, I'm gonna go see if I can actually teach him some things about the etiquette. Bye, guys.
Wouldn't recommend suggesting that the prince needs to learn anything from you right now.
Shit.
There are ways to phrase it more delicately.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Honestly, I think Marcus has a better shot at that at the moment. And even then, only marginally better.
so Dimitri's going to nod towards DeSalle and the Home Run God, and just be nod his head over towards Langley.
Whenever Belle walks in, will be accompanied by JoJo. And just all look at her and like, oh wow, you're back.
So him on his way. So
Sal's gonna walk over to Jason, notice the gold sitting in his hands, and be like, what did I miss?
Some fucking weird ass dude in service to one of the vampires showed up, gave Dimitri a full of gold.
Actually, Dimitri's actually going to walk back over, and I kid you not, he's going to reach down, pick up one of the coins that he just gave you, Tiger, and he's going to try to hand it to DeSalle.
DeSalle will take it, look at it. Wow, a Strasburgian crown. I can't even tell you the last time I've seen one of these things. Still has the same trade weight too. He'll actually flip it and catch it effortlessly, and then flip it through his fingers, like it's something familiar to him.
I don't suppose you know anyone who'd be interested in buying those.
Unfortunately, the only people I know that'd be interested in buying these died out about 800 or 900 years ago. Sorry. He'll then hand it back to Jason.
There's always the Smithsonian.
There's always the Brandenburg Museum in Germany,
Yeah,
or the Louvre in France.
they pay handsomely.
It would have to.
It's fairly obvious, though.
Yes, we would have to. That would require a lot of work to set up something like that, and it would attract a lot of attention.
What about an accidental discovery?
It's still going to attract a lot of attention. It will be covered in newspapers. That much attention results in much problems. It's possible, but our best bet, if we were to do anything with them other than cut them down, would be to sell them to a private buyer who does not ask for sorts of identification. We won't get the full value, but we might get something decent.
Bal's going to raise his hand. I thought we were here to assist somebody with issues.
We are.
This is how we are going to make money.
We are here for that, don't worry. That was simply a question that was being raised, so I was answering. He nods his head over towards Asuka. And walks over there.
I gave her a lot of vodka. That should help.
We'll just kind of nod, slightly walk over. Then look at Asuka. Wait till she, like, draws her attention to him. If she ever does.
She'll notice your presence slowly. It's like her actions are like she's in a time warp. So yeah, she's looking at you eventually.
Right. What has been happening exactly?
Let's see. This guy is from Japan, right?
Bao? No, he is Chinese.
Oh, he's Chinese? Does he
Yep.
know Japanese?
Yes.
Okay. Then he'll get. Then the translated response is that she's been seeing things from her past.
This house is gonna stand over by there and listen as well. He'll then notice that she's not wearing her she's not wearing her hair.
She is wearing the headgear right now.
Okay. He'll notice the headgear.
Do I have your permission to go through your memories? He'll ask in Japanese. It seems to be a private thing.
She blinks a few times, and then it takes her a while to think on it, but then she just reaches up and removes the hair clips from her head.
Dimitri takes a stab back.
The instant she removes them from her head, you can see her left eye. You can see her left eye twitch, like she's hearing something she really doesn't want to.
I will make this work. Oh, yeah.
What? Who?
Sure, I got the right method. I do. Okay.
What?
Spending the willpower and a quintessence. Diff 6 and diff 5 4. 4 successes. Let's see. Use the D4. He will start going through Asuka's memories slowly, very carefully, not going to.
You're slammed right into the worst of them.
Oh dear.
Because this is right at the forefront and there's no filters. You get to witness from Asuka's eyes her mother's suicide. And a small effigy hanging beside her that is basically Asuka in doll form.
Adrian's
That's-
going to throw up a mind shield around them so no psychic backlash can flip out.
Good idea. People watching from the outside would notice Val just kind of closed his eyes and his head slightly in towards her. And then, while he normally is very, just very neutral, he'll grimace slightly as he's watching all of this.
And guess what happens just moments afterwards?
What's up?
Her awakening.
Ah.
In which she is actually inspired to build those very hair clips that you see in her hands right now. So, yeah. Night, Jess.
No, just
So, yes, welcome to Traumatic Experiences Central. Especially since, if anyone has actually seen Neon Genesis Evangelion, the suicide note that's next to her mother, actually details how she wanted to take Asuka with her.
look. Val is going to stop digging around in her head. Put one of her hands on her hair clip and just kind of gently guide it up to her head to let her know, hey, you can put this back on now.
And Adrian will deactivate the shield that he threw up.
He will say, here, I'll just say it. He'll say in Japanese, I'm very sorry that happened to you.
By the way, how close were you paying attention during the viewing of Asuka's awakening?
He would be paying attention to literally everything.
You would have heard Asuka's mother's voice during the time that she was building the contraption. Just as clearly as she's been hearing it.
Gotcha. Was it saying anything in particular?
I'll leave that up to you, Tiger.
Okay.
Because that is an awakening thing, and that's your deal, not mine.
Fair enough. Okay.
This Hal's going to look at Bao and say, how bad are we talking here?
I've seen many things. I've looked too much, as I'm sure you have as well. And that is probably most.
He's going to switch to Japanese because apparently they're the only ones that can speak it.
Dimitri.
We don't know.
Does Dimitri's,
Yes, he does. I learned it.
has she ever had a true seeking? He's asking that to Bao.
I did not see one if she had. All I saw was the events that led up to her awakening.
Actually, this is a valid question, because I guess that would also be part of, I guess that would be, Ben. Basically, did you start off at Arte too, or would you,
She started at Arte too.
well, I know she did in game. I'm saying, did she awaken at Arte
Yes.
too? Okay. In that case,
It's probably the only way she could have built those
Dimitri,
devices.
Dimitri, you probably know, based on his working with her, that she's never advanced beyond, the level she's at. She's never had an epiphany. It's not on her record. At least, does that sound valid?
Yeah, the only on-record epiphany they have for her is the first one.
Yeah, so in that case, Dimitri's going to speak up in Japanese and say, she's not had, we call them epiphanies, and she has not had one.
He's going to switch to Latin now. Do you speak Latin?
No.
He's asking Bao.
He'll answer affirmative.
I think she's on the cusp of a seeking, and because of how she's been brought up within the technocracy, she doesn't know how to handle it. I think from what I've seen, from what you've seen, I think her avatar is talking to her.
Dimitri, by the way, is recording everything you're saying and getting it fed back from Cabal.
If I see you recording that, you're going to get a look from DeSal's to say, do you want to keep that?
He's going to look at you and say, are you going to, actually inform the person who asked for you to come here and help the patient? What's going on with the patient?
I'm going to inform the patient, and if she wishes to share it, that's her business. Doctor-patient confidentiality. He's going to look back to Bao, lower his voice, and once more, in Latin, is that what you've seen? Because that's what I'm thinking.
That would make the most sense.
Boss, you could create a link so that nobody could hear the conversation, whether
What
they know
language,
it or not.
That is
what language is she asking it in, or is she telepathically asking?
Cantonese to him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she'd be talking Cantonese. He'll just kind of nod. I'm assuming Sal speaks Cantonese.
Yes, he does.
Okay.
All right, so DeSal's going to motion for Bao to walk over
Okay.
close enough.
Yeah.
If anybody's close to Asuka, he's going to motion them away. And then, because this is his affinity sphere. Perfect. He wraps himself, Bao, and Asuka in a silent shell. No sound gets in, no sound gets out.
The Dome of Silence.
Yeah, I know. I have that wrote.
Yeah. At which point, Bao, he's going to look at Bao. Do you want to tell her, or should I? In Latin.
Listen, I'll do it.
He'll nod.
What?
And what?
What'd you say?
I said, if you want to tell her, I'll back you up on it.
He'll nod. And then turn to Asuka back to Japanese. We believe you are on the cusp of a seeking. An increase of another step on your path to enlightenment.
Asuka just kind of blinks slowly at him. It's clear she's understanding his words. It's just she's having a hard time processing that while those memories keep trying to intrude on her reality.
I would offer to help with quieting these, but I fear that it may affect your further progress. It is ultimately up to you, however.
Okay, someone roll me a fate dice.
I'll get
I'll
you.
roll. Oh no, you got it. Do it to it, Tiger.
Okay. This is it.
Did you absolutely need a plus or a minus?
No.
Leave it to the SGs.
Oh, okay, sorry.
No worries.
It's on neutral.
I have a different reaction for each possible
Alright.
outcome. So, fate dice?
I thought you were gonna roll a Tiger.
Oh, I saw Ian rolled it. It came up neutral.
Yeah, I'd rather have if somebody's rolling for another character, I'd rather have it be done by an SG.
Fair enough. Minus.
Asuka starts grabbing the top of her head, rocking her head back and forth, and saying in Japanese, "She's dead. She shouldn't be talking. She's dead. She shouldn't be talking."
In Japanese, Barichin's gonna say, "What you're hearing is the voice imprinted in your mind. The closest thing you can feel to your avatar. It's pushing you towards your awakening. If you don't listen, it's going to drive you mad, or you're going to stunt your growth." Excuse me.
The most positive reaction you get in regards to her actually having heard you is that she stops rocking back and forth, grips her shoulders across her chest, and just starts crying.
Ichin's going to look at Bao. I suck with comforting people. I'm more akin to blowing the shit up, so I apologize.
I'm a baseball coach. You tell them to rub some dirt in it and walk it off. Don't feel that's applicable advice for this situation.
Or is it?
Comes up in his mouth. Go like this because you can't hear anything going on.
Just gonna get a small look from Val, and then she'll turn his attention back.
Dimitri, by the way, is kind of tapping his foot, not liking what he's seeing, but since apparently he doesn't matter for this. Megalomania.
I think we needed that
Ichin's going to crouch down in front of Asuka and just say, "You are stronger than this. I know you are. All you have to do is take a hold of your own mind, your own power, and you can show the voices that you're ready."
After several minutes, continuing to just cry in
Sob.
front of him. She finally opens the one eye that she has and looks at him in silence, but you can tell there's a spark of determination there.
He'll give her a firm nod of the head and say, "Nothing can beat you unless you let it. Look at me. Do you know how long I've been alive?
Asuka shakes her head.
Good, you shouldn't." We'll help you in this. Your fellow scientists will help you in this. It's not an easy thing, but it is something you can overcome. Is that understood?
Asuka nods very shallowly.
You're a scientist, correct? You believe in progress?
That was aimed at you, by the way, Ben.
Yeah.
I didn't hear what he said.
Okay. Bao will look at Dr. Langley. It's just you're a scientist, correct? You believe in progress?
Asuka nods, again, fairly shallowly.
You're not progress if you let this destroy you.
Damn it, Solon. Okay. Let me stretch my mouth for a second. Okay, back in character. Asuka's hands will actually release their grip on her shoulders, and she'll just seem to relax a bit more.
At this point, Adrian will stand up and he'll banish the silence sphere.
Jason's gonna look at the sound, just kind of go like,
He'll kind of he'll look at Jason and he'll say the words that every scientist in this world dreads. Progress is a process.
God damn it.
Does she at least look like she's less catatonic now?
Yeah, her eyes are moving. She's looking a lot more reactive now.
He's going to pick up the bag of gold and set it in front of her.
Asuka blank. Asuka looked number 2 at Dimitri. Like, what the fuck?
I shot these out while you were busy. I'm sorry.
Did he really say that?
I'm surprised they didn't turn it into diamonds. That is his asses.
By the way, please direct your gaze to the roll at diff 10.
What do I roll against that?
What are you rolling?
I'm trying to fuck with her, okay? I am thoroughly abusing my lying skills. A lie that ludicrous, even with my level of skill, can only make her take it seriously for a couple seconds, I figure. But it's worth it.
Okay, what's the counter roll?
Perception empathy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Diff 6, I would say.
So 3 dice. Since empathy is not a thing she has a skill in.
Presumably you literally can't succeed, but go ahead. Try it. Because I've got 3 successes.
I mean, he could spend a willpower. He's
Yep.
so chill.
You can do that.
Yep, spending the willpower.
Do it. Do it. Do
Let
it.
me roll for you.
Do it. 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 Do it.
Oh, very close.
So close. So close.
Doesn't it?
It's technically him.
I got 3
Die.
successes total. And
Yeah.
Defender wins. So for a brief moment, you think he might actually have done it. Then you see he's smirking.
Oscar just gives him a sidelong look like, the fuck?
Payment for rescuing the new vampire prince.
He pays in gold.
1,000-year-old trade weights.
Ah,
I gave a
that
couple
makes
of them.
sense.
I gave a couple of them to Jason because, you know.
Yeah, payment for services rendered.
At this point, Adrian's going to say, well, this has been not fun. He's going to look at Oscar. You know, you've got people you can talk to if you need help, right?
I
Yes,
will be in
he
contact
does.
soon.
He'll nod his head, look at Dimitri, stop listening on people's conversations. It's rude. And then he'll walk out.
Then I started using other languages.
He's already gone.
She's gonna be okay with
You know, your master's a bit of a dick sometimes.
Heard this out?
No, the other one. Like, Bao's still right there, so he's obviously not talking about him.
Jesus, gonna look at Dimitri. Guy. 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 Wouldn't you be kind of a dick if you got called in on a house call for no payment? For something that's out of your technical field of expertise?
It wasn't, though. He has the experience.
But that's not what he specializes in, is it? He knows how to do it, sure, but it's not something he does every day.
I would hazard that he was still very useful in this situation.
Yeah, sure. I'm just saying, he has the right to be a little dickish.
You don't want him doing what he does every day.
To be honest, I'm simply not wanting to... whatever. I'll discuss that later. He looks over at Oscar. Are you ready to head back yet?
Oscar considers for a moment, then nods quietly.
Well, he'll grab the, he'll take what's left of the sack, and unless anyone else has anything to say, he's going to quietly help her out.
And just before the doors close,
Gender
anyone
change.
who's no, shut up. Just before the doors close, anyone who's actually looking at the elevator will see Oscar briefly hug Dimitri.
Aww.
Creepy.
I might actually miss. There might be a little tear.
Hey, he's been working with her for a while.
I might get misty over here.
Yeah, that's a thank you for helping hug, not the other kind of hug that Dimitri normally gets. You know,
Yeah,
the one with the hands around his neck.
Oh shit, I'm sorry. Could I, rewind just a little bit? I just thought of something.
So,
What's
Before you leave, in Japanese, Bao will look at Asuka and say, I don't claim to follow the same path that you two do, but Brother Hyun has a similar background for you two. If you require further assistance, I would go to him because he has a bit more experience with this sort of thing.
Yeah,
You mean
Oscar will,
geniuses and epiphanies.
Oscar will nod and thank him in her native language.
Yeah, because honestly, if Dimitri had his way, here's the thing: if she were having these this is just a quick out of character aside to explain this. If they were still in the technocracy and she were going through these kinds of issues, Command would have already assigned someone from the New World Order, someone from 101, to come take a look at her. They'd have experts dealing with it. We don't have experts here. Like, we're trying to use, like, homeopathic experts to deal with a surgery problem. At least that's how he's viewing it. Like, dear God, are you going to put leeches on her?
He will mention that there's a very good reason Hian doesn't leave the temple, like, ever. So if you need to speak with him, you'll have to go there.
He'll nod. And if Asuka doesn't process it, he'll make sure to tell her that later.
Yeah, she's in more of a processing state of mind, considering the nightmares are now behind her.
I need to do a roll to learn the telepathy. I think this scene is done.
Yeah, I think so.
Are we
It's
done?
like,
I think so.
yeah.
Alright, I'll go ahead and close this out. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. You actually had a couple of watchers in at the same time at one point. This has been another edition of Hong Kong House of Cards, where socials drive plot, people drive socials, plot drives people. Have a good night.
And